has him, and she didn't even remember it, of course.
Good, because she wouldn't have liked it.
But we teased her about it.
Oh, I miss them.
Yeah, we'd had cameras back then.
Please enter your participant or moderator code, followed by the pound key.
Good morning.
Here we are.
Please say your name, followed by the pound key. You are the first participant in the conference.
When you just jump right into it, it's not Monday to, adjust.
Get into the lines.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll consider for approval minutes and agenda.
Make a motion to approve the minutes and agenda.
Second.
Got a motion from Jensvold and a second from Smith to approve minutes and agenda. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Auditor's office will discuss drainage matters.
I don't have anything today.
The only thing I'd probably bring up is I got a phone call from the tenant on DD1, Plat 1, where they put that private tile into the end of the ditch. That one they just formed, it used to be 1A kind of sort of.
Yeah, that's not really
Anyway,
a
they put a new
district.
tile in, and there's at the end of the ditch, there's a bulkhead with two culverts coming in from the previous ones that are still there. Well, the Tyler came around farther, about 40 feet in the ditch, and with no agreement with the property owner.
Well, there they go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I told him it was kind of out of our hands on that part of it,
Mhm.
but the owner was not happy.
Of course not. Yep. Especially if they didn't want to be part of the agreement. Yeah.
Well, it didn't affect them.
Oh, true.
They're around the ditch.
True.
Also.
Yep.
It's more, they just got into his land more than it should have probably.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about it though.
No. They should do an agreement with that landowner though, to say that they will always be responsible to put in their abstracts.
Yeah.
So any future of his landowner knows that that's not their tile.
Yeah, and that's the one thing they had mentioned, that they are not responsible for anything they have on their property.
Yeah. Just get it in writing. Yep.
Yeah, write it up yourself and just have them sign it.
Right, but make sure you put it in your abstracts, get it recorded. I don't know if you need an attorney. I don't know if you can just write something up and get it recorded without an attorney.
I'm not sure either.
We're talking a difference of 40 feet, but.
Still, if he doesn't want to take care of it.
And I'm not sure, I haven't got out there because it's a ways out there.
Oh.
I didn't want to enter the private property yet. If it's within the easement of the ditch bank or if it's.
Still under his ground though to get there. So,
Why would you even do that without talking to him?
I don't know,
Just finish ground, so you don't have communication.
right? So,
Yeah, and then the end of DD1, it'd almost be nice to see it never goes down. There's always, going under our 400, what is that? I'm trying to think, 20th, which is the end of Highway 9, when you go straight off, our culverts we have under there, there's always water. It never drains down. So I don't know.
is it backed up from the river
I think
that far?
so. It'd be nice to see if there's any easy fix or something there. I don't know.
Without touching the river.
Yeah.
And if there's something impeding it, maybe upstream a little bit or downstream that's blocking the water and pushing it back up in,
Can you see it's just stagnant? Is it like green
just
that you can
stagnant.
see it? Yeah.
so,
It's not green yet. I mean, it hasn't been down long enough to create that, but something to keep track of.
Yeah.
It was that way last year when it was dry too.
do we think that it's not any worse though than last year? Even with all the rain that we've had, that the water is going down everywhere else, just over by the river? Because is there farmland right there or no?
No, it's wetland.
Right. So it's not impeding field work which is nice
Well,
then.
the last field is wetland. Then there's CRP on each side of it in the section before that.
But it's not causing a problem for farming.
Well, CRP
Probably
is
not.
kind of farming, so.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, except for you don't have to worry about the crop, in a sense.
there's good.
I mean,
elements.
once it
You gotta
gets
get in
into
there.
that, I would think that we'd really wanna watch it, but is there trees that need to be taken down then?
I don't know, it's hard to get down there and see it.
Yeah. Cause who owns the land right on the river where the outlet is?
That would, if it's an NRCS or if it's, it's off limits, I know it's the wetland reserve.
Okay.
So it might be DNR, I don't know if it's county. It's
Yeah.
the-
Cause the county owns across the road, right, from the,
Yeah,
where the nature center is, they own that, but I didn't know how far back that parcel went.
it might be the
If
county.
it goes all the way to the river, or if there's more in there.
It's Winnebago County that owns it.
Okay, so that might be something to tell Chris about, to see if he can get back in there at some point to look at it. What can he maybe do on his land to help it, if there is anything? Otherwise, it's the river's.
I'll stop by and talk to Chris and see if there's
Yeah.
something we can do.
Maybe,
Him
you
and
know,
I
he
can
hasn't
go
been
out
back
and
in there,
look
who
at it.
knows?
I just know I don't.
Cause I know when they got that land, there was a new trail put in that they mowed and, but I don't know how far back they looked into it.
Yeah, I'll talk to Chris.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Anything else?
You guys have anything?
Nope, I got what I needed from her earlier.
All right,
All right, well, thank you.
thanks. Scott Minder's engineer will discuss secondary road matters.
Yep, so we have a vacancy in Buffalo Center that we'll post to the newspaper this week, run for a couple weeks. We have it on the radio also, and I've put it out a few different places, Facebook, and we'll have some flyers out. So,
This is grader operator, or is it still up in the air?
we have one guy that was thinking about it, had to give a final answer today, but either way, it'll be some grader operator. And they all really do run everything, trucks and graders, but most likely be running that south route out of Buffalo. So we got a couple weeks until the deadline for that. Already have a couple applications coming in. So the shop property, the deed was recorded last week, and the checks were all supposed to be written, so as far as I know, it's pretty well done. The driveway went in last week. I believe they have silage scheduled to be chopped off it this week. And then we'll get
Is it turned enough for silage already?
Yeah, I thought it'd be way early, and it is early. So we're not getting.
I haven't seen too much corn that's done, even the early stuff planted, it's turned too much yet.
Yeah. But I
It's
don't know.
probably not good for storage, but you could probably feed it, right?
Yeah, you can probably feed it right away.
I expect it'll be wetter than desirable, but you know, we gotta get it off there if we wanna do the dirt work. It'd just be a sloppy mess otherwise. And then, so last week, Carla and I were talking about the spending schedule for the urban renewal bonds. You know, you talked last week about the investing the money until we need it and whether we're limited for the interest rates based on our spending schedule. So in order to meet the kind of no restrictions investment strategy, we have to spend 15% by March 10th. So that's about $1 million. And looking through the projects we had scheduled, the only one that is quick to execute is microsurfacing. So we went ahead and authorized the microsurfacing quote that we had for the spring that we postponed, which was a part of the TIF projects, and then we are in the process of adding the other 9 miles. So Aztec's the contractor we were working with, and they're hoping that they can be here the last week of September, first week of October to do that work. It's about a little less than $1 million worth of work. So that'll kind of put us in position to be able to invest the rest of that money until we need it next summer. Feels kind of like a rush, but it's also 2024 pricing, and that's a good thing. Certainly would have been another 3, 4, 5% next year, and there's really no drawbacks to it other than temperatures, which we'll just have to monitor. They have to have 50 degrees and rising temperatures, so they might not get as long a days as they would in the middle of the summer. But if we can get that kind of conditions, we'll get it done this fall.
Was that microprocessing we did on R50, or was that something else?
That was a GSB 88 fog seal.
Fogs.
It's quite a bit different. The oil is different, and it's much thinner. It's sprayed on rather than kind of squeegeed on in a slurry form, which is what microsurfacing is. So
Microsurfacing probably does a little more leveling in the cracks and stuff.
a little more leveling. It should give the pavement more life. We're looking at like maybe 5 to 8 years of life extension with microsurfacing. And the fog seal is more like 2 to 3.
But if it's a good road,
Yeah, the timing is important too. The fog seal is more like a first 3 to 5 years of life for the pavement. Microsurfacing 5 to 12 years maybe would be the recommended time frame. We put it on roads as old as 15.
What's the company's name?
Aztec, ASTECH. Talked to them last week, and they think they can fit it in. We talked to some paint stripers, and they think they can fit us in. So kind of those are the only 2 moving parts on that type of work. So I think that it'll be a good decision if we can get the right temperatures. If not, it'll have to wait till next summer.
and that one won't be too invasive. They move right along.
Yeah, he said they can so our job's like 4,000 tons. He said that their crews can do 700 a day. He said in South Dakota, where they're wide open going straight, they've gotten as much as 1,100 a day. And they could even bring a couple crews in if they needed to, if they're fighting weather restrictions. So, we had stay built here for our last job, and they didn't move that quickly. But this is a company that prides themselves in sort of speed of execution. That's all I got.
You guys have anything for him?
I drove right by it and didn't even see the new driveway.
Mhm.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, the corn's still standing on one side and the other, so they're not kind of looking in the ditch. Pretty soon it'll be quite more noticeable.
It'll be fun to watch.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we'll move on. Thanks, Scott. Open forum.
I'll get Stamper happy.
That resignation on this, is that to be stamped received?
So do we need to talk to Worth County about this, about what's gonna happen there, or is that just gonna be brought up at one of the next meetings?
I talked to her, she brought the 2 chairs in to talk about it,
Okay,
and she's gonna hold off hiring right now.
okay, good,
She'll get by through a little distance, but we'll talk about it at our next meeting.
okay.
Anything else for open forum? Hearing none, consider for approval of county claims.
I'll make the motion to approve the following.
I'll second.
Got a motion from Smith and a second from Jensel to approve the county claims. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Consider for approval adoption of EMS Technical Advisory Committee bylaws. Now, this is run through the Technical Committee and the Advisory Council. Now it's up to us to sign off on it. Claims here yet?
I just texted her and asked her if she got them.
When is our next Winworth Vet Code meeting?
Usually October. Another month. Last one was in July, so maybe September, October.
Does Chris have the claims? Thank you so much. Bye.
I don't think the advisory council made any adjustments to it, did they?
I don't think so.
Did I miss open forum?
Yes. Did you want to go
Okay.
back? We can go back while we're reading through bylaws.
Okay, I just wanted to give an update on, the cement work out here got poured last week. So that is done here at Public Health.
Well, that sounds like a good deal.
So, yeah, waiting yet for the fob guy, Brody's in, touch with them for the back door. And then I believe that is all that is left.
How about that front door? Is that fixed and doing okay?
Yep. They
Okay,
came that following week after it happened, Carla.
okay, good.
Yep.
Oh, I opened the door and it just kind of, it wasn't tight enough on the closer. It's on a rod and it just pulled off.
Oh, really?
No damage, it just slipped off.
Sorry about that, Julie, forgot it was.
Oh, and I guess the painter is here too, painting the other office. So hopefully she can finish that soon and then we can get the other people moved down here.
Oh, that'd be great.
So.
Back on, consider for approval, adoption of EMS Technical Advisory Committee bylaws.
So they put that together at a technical committee and then presented it to the advisory, and the advisory is fine with it, looks good. Okay. I'll make the motion to approve the EMS Technical Advisory Committee bylaws.
Second.
Got a motion from Smith and a second from Jensvold to approve the adoption of the EMS Technical Advisory Committee bylaws. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed,
And there's an
motion
advisory
carries.
committee meeting Wednesday.
That I cannot be there. Is everybody able to go to that?
It's in Buffalo.
You always said that she'd do another meeting on Wednesday.
Wednesday? At what time?
6:30.
I forgot, a long time ago, over a month ago, probably in June. Dan Yagi, you could remove him from it,
Yeah,
and Tim Weaver said he would be,
Tim Weaver.
who used to be on the ambulance crew. Would have a good perspective of things.
Can you get me all of his information after the meeting so I can get it to Jennifer? Or is that advisory or is that the other one?
No advice.
That's the other one.
That's not this one.
No, he advisory, yeah, not technical. Dan Yagi was on the advisory.
Yeah, these are for the technical ones we approved today. I wrote it on the agenda wrong.
Oh, yeah, but this is just something that I did forget to mention for
Okay.
quite a while.
The technical committee is full and is
Yeah.
operational. I am sorry, I will not be able to go to that one.
Time was that one again?
6:30.
6:30.
Physical training.
The advisory committee is always at the courthouse at 5:30. Because I have a bedtime to go to.
Well, I didn't. She was smoking. I had his wife's.
Where's that at? Heritage Center?
Yes.
Okay. I guess that adoption of the committee bylaws is the last item on our agenda. We stand adjourned.